Well, hello, APUSH students. It's Mr. Connor here on a Friday, and I've been spending the day getting to know what's going on with this new AP exam that you'll be taking. Special just for you. One day you can look back and be like, man, I took the 2020 AP exam. What a different thing that was. I'll tell you about that. Okay, so let's review. What is it gonna be? Well, exam is 45 minutes long. You're going to do it online. It's 1 DBQ. You'll get some time. They told us today it's 45 minutes to do the question, but you'll get like 5 minutes to like upload it and make sure that you get it in there. And you can handwrite it or you can type it. If you handwrite it, you take a picture of your writing and send that in. I assume there'll be more on that process as we go along. So they released the modified rubric today. They announced last night that they're going to change the rubric a little bit. So I got a hold of it and I put it into a form that looks familiar to the rubric we've been using all year. And I'm going to go through and explain that. And then, as I mentioned last night, if you saw my announcement, it is open notes. They've just recognized that, you're going to be like in your room somewhere, you'll have a book around or you'll have class notes and stuff like that. There are restrictions, of course. You can't like be texting your friends or, or anything like that, or be in a group chat. They're going to come down super hard on anyone they catch doing that. They've got all sorts of plagiarism and spying software in place. I mean, they'll not only invalidate your exam, but they'll send it, if you take the SATs, they'll send in with your SATs like this person cheated on the AP exam. So just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And then, you're getting open notes. So come on. That's enough. And we're going to do lots of practice here. We got till May 15th. So it's also going to be from period 3 to 7. That is the College Board period. It's not my units. But that's 1754. The French Unity War till 1945. So basically the revolutionary period through World War II. It says on there periods 1 through 7 will be covered, but then it said the DBQ will cover 3 to 7. So I'm thinking that's pretty much, Revolution and World War II. That's where I'm going to concentrate my efforts. So let's take a look at the rubric, such as it is. All right. So this is what I've made up here. And if we look at, a lot of it's going to be some old familiar pals here. So we've got contextualization, our old buddy contextualization here, right? And thesis. So your first paragraph is going to have contextualization and thesis. I totally recommend you make notes, like you have notes beside you for contextualization. So you can have like period 4 contextualization. So if it's a period 4 question, you can head right to that. So that's your power paragraph. And 2 points right there. That is unchanged, right? 2 points per 2 points. So what they've done with the documents, first of all, there's only 5. There's not 7. And how many do you got to use? Well, let's take a look. They've made 3 levels of document. So if you describe 2 documents, you just, say nothing else, but like document 1 says this, blah, 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 and you describe it. Document 2 says this, blah, blah. Well, there's a point. Well, that's nice. Now, of course, you want to go beyond that. We don't want to. We're going to pretend that one isn't there. That's like the fallback in case you're just really freaked out and can't do anything. So you want to at least use 2 documents to support your thesis. So the key is you're going to use the content of the document. So and they've guaranteed one of the documents is going to be non-text. So it will be like a map or a picture or a graph. At least one of those. So you got to use the content from that. So if FDR is saying something about the Social Security Act, you have to use that specific idea. Don't quote, but use something specific he says. So if you can use at least 2 to support an argument you made, that's another point on top of the other one. So now there's 2. Now, if you can get up to 4 of the 5 documents and use them to support the thesis, that's another point. So there's 3 levels of points for documents. And I think it's pretty fair, actually. I like that they've added this extra layer, this middle layer here, where all year we had you either describe 2 or you use 5. Or I think I did describe 3, use 5. Now there's this middle layer. Well, maybe you got two to support your thesis, but you couldn't get that third. All right, and then we got CAP. Our old buddy CAP is back. So they want 2 CAPs, which is what we did all year. But look at what they're doing. Each CAP is its own point. So you only cap 1, you get 1 point. You cap 2, you get 2 points. So it's not an all or nothing point here. And then they've left an outside example, which is a little puzzling to me because it's 45 minutes and you don't have the question. But, I think they're thinking as well, we've gone from 7 documents to 5, so maybe students know other things. By the way, this is another thing I can use your cheat. I think you should make a cheat sheet for, like, what are some possible outside evidence ideas? So you use one outside example, you get a point. And then, ho, look at this. There's an option for a second. So if you happen to know 2 things beyond the documents, you get another point. I don't know if you're going to have time to do 2 outside examples on top of 4 documents, a thesis and context, and 2 caps, but, if you, my sense is if you just look at this question and be like, yes, I've got this. I'm going to roll with this. I know so much about the New Deal or whatever. Oh, I'd love if it was a New Deal question. Wouldn't that be the best? And then mysteriously to me, too, they've left our old friend. Oh, it's so elusive. I can't even circle it with my pen now. That's not even working. They've left our friend the unicorn point in. So if somehow over 45 minutes you can manage to show complexity,